Born in Boston, Massachusetts in 1969, Edward Norton is now a respected actor, director, producer, and screenwriter. Even though he studied history during his time in Yale, he eventually began contributing to the world of film, mainly as a screenwriter before he began acting.
Well, I was always writing. I've always written. In fact, I think I wrote a movie script before I ever acted in a movie. You know, so I've always written a lot of movies and plays, and you know, that's always been a part of my life. I think directing comes. I think it's natural. I think not everybody, but many actors, I think, evolve toward wanting to tell a story themselves, and many actors have turned into some of the greatest directors. I mean, Orson Welles, you know, yeah. Orson Welles was the original great young actor who also was a brilliant director.
And when you write more because of what you feel, or the people you want to send message, more philosophical or more?
No, just I've done both. I mean, I've worked on The Incredible Hulk, and I've worked on Frida. You know, I've worked on things that were very artistic and thematically interesting to me, and then I really enjoy writing, you know, action and things like it's fun. It's all fun. It's all like play almost.
He studied in several acting schools and then performed in Broadway for some time until 1996, when he got his first main role in a film by starring, together with Richard Gere, in the movie Primal Fear, which, by the way, also earned him his first award, a Golden Globe.
Speak, you do not speak. Remember that? Look in the mirror.
2 years later, he was nominated as Best Actor in the Oscars for his role in the movie American History X, an award which in the end was given to Roberto Benigni for the movie Life is Beautiful.
And the Oscar goes to Roberto Benigni in Life is Beautiful.
His relationship with Mexico began at first with vacation trips that later became more frequent when he started writing and then acting in the film Frida, along with Salma Hayek in 2001.
Well, I've been to Mexico many times over the years. I've had lots of different kinds of experiences, just from personal travel to places like San Miguel de Allende and Oaxaca, and but then also in 2001 we made the film Frida here, and I wrote the script for that, and then acted in the film, and that was a great experience. You know, we got to be in Coyoacan in Mexico City, and San Angel, and other parts of Mexico, and that really was that was the first time I really got to have an immersion. And I got to meet Chavela because she sang a song in Frida. She sings Paloma Negra in the film Frida.
How was that encounter?
I didn't get to talk to her very long, but it was just amazing to meet her.
Maybe, no?
Yeah.
It was difficult to understand our culture, to identify our customs and traditions for you?
No, I always found Mexico very accessible, very friendly.
Of course, the food and...
Yeah, but the food's good. But you know, I've always really, I found Mexico a very open, very friendly place. It's, of course, there's so many things that are different than the United States, but in many ways, there's a lot of the things I like about living in New York City, I like about Mexico City or Mexico in general. There's a diversity, you know, there's a blend. Mexico's the product of a blend of cultures, old world and new world, and many immigrants, and so I think that's a part of the vitality of it.
During the first edition of the Baja Film Festival in Los Cabos, Norton was amazed with the documentary Made in Mexico.
I thought that film was terrific. That was for me, that was a great first thing to see at the festival, because it was really a celebration of Mexican culture, of the Mexican spirit, even the philosophy, the evolving and changing dynamics of Mexican culture.
The rhythm of the movie was very, very interesting. No?
Yeah, I thought the movie was brilliant. I loved it. I thought it just completely took me away. It was like a musical journey almost. But it was there was such a great chorus of people talking about philosophic ideas, not just about Mexico, but about life and
The rural,
yeah.
the urban, and the autochthon, the indigenous.
I loved it. But then it's so fascinating to see the way that music is a common thread through so many different levels of a culture.
In 1999, Edward Norton was invited by director David Fincher to participate, along with Brad Pitt, in the movie The Fight Club, considered as one of the best movies of the 90s.
You were looking for a way to change your life. You got it. I'm stopping this. It's already done, so shut up.
Many more films came after that: Keeping the Faith, The Score, together with Robert De Niro, Death to Smooshy, and of course Frida, which he wrote the screenplay for and also acted together with his ex-girlfriend Salma Hayek in the role of Rockefeller. Speaking about the topics and areas that interest him to get inspiration for writing, Edward commented,
Really just my own interest. You know, sometimes there's just themes or ideas that have been in your head for a long time, or a subject that's interesting to you, and sometimes you get that clarity about how to tell a story.
His career as an actor continued with Spike Lee's The 25th Hour, the first movie produced at Ground Zero in New York, and which features a monologue by Norton that can be described as one of his best performances ever. Then came The Italian Job, together with Donald Sutherland, and Kingdom of Heaven, where he plays King Balduin. More recently, he was in The Stone, again with De Niro, The Illusionist, Painted Veil, The Incredible Hulk, in which he also did the screenwriting, Born Legacy, Moonrise Kingdom, and Motherless Brooklyn.
Kusky, you in there? Jiminy Cricket, he flew the coop.
Through his company, Class 5 Films, a creation in partnership with his brother Jim, he collaborates with the Sea Studies Foundation in a multi-million-dollar series for the National Geographic about the scientific systems of Earth, Strange Days on Planet Earth, where Norton is a host and narrator.
Films will try to sort out as we follow scientific investigators on their cases. In a way, then, this is a mystery series, except our detectives have yellow tape that encircles the entire planet.
During the film festival in Los Cabos, Edward commented on the importance of showing documentaries about the environment in festivals.
It's nice that they wove that theme into this festival, because I think we need to have that theme embedded within a lot of our cultural dialogue. I think this is becoming one of the great themes of our time, and so I think making a special place within the festival to feature films on environmental themes is great. I don't think it's the environmental sustainability challenge. Obviously it's not just a U.S. challenge. Obviously it's not just something for liberals. This is a non-political global challenge to live in a way that's sustainable with the ecological systems on the planet. And I think this is becoming an awareness that's starting to spread pretty universally.
About the future and impact that the first edition of the Baja International Film Festival will have, Ed said,
I think it's important for Mexico to have a better festival. I think this was a good idea, because I think there's been an absence of a good Mexican film festival, and Mexico has such an incredible cinema tradition and also such a strong contemporary pool of talent. So many good films, so many good actors and filmmakers that have crossed over into the global cinema scene, and it's kind of crazy that there wasn't a better Mexican festival, and I think I suspect this will continue, because I think it will get a good word.
During his participation as advisor to this international film festival, Norton was awarded with the Excellence in Acting.
I think, if you think about the film festivals we all know about, like Cannes and Venice and Sundance, they all started off as very small affairs. They weren't all about selling films. They were just about people coming together and socializing in a nice place and appreciating films. And I think a part of the success of those famous festivals has a lot to do with the location. you can imagine why Truffaut and Fellini and people like that wanted to go to the Riviera. But I think that Baja is clearly the right place to have a Mexican film festival. It's clearly the place that Mexico should have. So I'm happy to have gotten to come before it blows up into a huge thing and becomes very commercial. And we'll all be able to say we were here when it was still a good party. And I'm a great fan of Mexican cinema. Some of my great friends from Mexico have worked and are some of the great talents of Mexican cinema, including Gael and Diego, Alfonso Cuarón, people like that. But I think Gael mentioned the tax credit and Josh mentioned the tax credit, which is a brilliant idea. But I think the people in this room should challenge themselves to make sure that Mexicans can see Mexican films by getting Mexican theaters to show more Mexican films. Don't just import them. Work on figuring out how more Mexicans can see Mexican films, because you have truly a great cinema tradition here, and hopefully it'll be more available to more people in this country. But thanks very much, Eduardo. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you all.
Ed Norton, with close to 30 movies as well as multiple nominations and awards by the international film industry, still remains as one of the most noted actors, producers and screenwriters in the movie business these days. About his stay in Los Cabos for the Baja Film Festival, Ed said,
This year it was amazing because it's so green. I've never seen it so green. It was kind of beautiful, but I like the ocean. It's my favorite thing here. I like to get out in the water.
Very special.
Yeah, the water was very clean today, and I was snorkeling and paddleboarding, and I think it's my favorite thing when I come down here is to get onto the water.
So you were suffering here, no?
Yeah,
Sacrificing.
yeah, it was a terrible sacrifice to come.
Edward, thank you very
Pleasure.
much. Really.
No problem.
Edward Norton. Nosotros seguimos con más. Gracias.